Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council.
Jonesboro's community radio station. Your life, your music. KLEK 102.5 FM.
Good Friday morning, Jonesboro. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. Little clipper moving through today and tonight with a few rain showers. High temperatures in the mid-50s, partly to mostly cloudy today and tonight. Then clearing by Saturday morning. Maybe a shower early tonight, and the temperature overnight 33 to 39. Mostly sunny Saturday in the mid-50s. Chance of a few showers late in the day Sunday. Mostly cloudy, breezy. Highs in the low 60s. Educate, entertain, and empower. We're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Holly Hudson. 5 more countries, including New Zealand and Nigeria, have confirmed their first cases of the coronavirus. The Russian Defense Ministry says 33 Turkish troops killed in Syria were among militants when they were hit. The soldiers were killed on Thursday in strikes by the Russian-backed Syrian government. And student protests are continuing across Thailand a week after the country's constitutional court dissolved the third largest party in parliament.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, man, let me turn on the mic sound. Go ahead.
See,
Go ahead.
The birthday girl is slipping. I was just going to bust this thing wide open and saying happy birthday.
All right. Well, first we have a phone call. So go ahead, caller. Hello?
Good morning. I was calling in to wish Lacey a happy birthday.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for that. I appreciate you. All right. Have a great day.
Okay. Is he there right now?
This me. It's me.
Is it Lacey?
I'm Quabila.
Oh. I thought it was Laise's birthday.
Whose?
Lacey?
Quabila.
Quabila's birthday.
Yes.
So hold on. Let me check my message real quick.
Caller, we're going to have to call you back. But thank you for the birthday wish. We do appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
We have to keep the show rolling.
Sorry.
And we just had another celebrity walk in, Mrs. Norma Farrell.
Hi,
Is in the building.
Thank you, Miss Norma.
Turn me down. Turn down 3 a little bit. Got a little feedback.
Okay.
Good morning.
So are you going to sit in with us, Miss Farrell? We'll put you up here on 5.
Okay, let me turn the mic back on. Today is informal, so y'all just bear with us. It's my birthday. I'm 40 plus-ish.
You're 21.
Plus 0.5 or something like that.
Yeah. So I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Thank you, every single person. So far, I will get back to you. I will get back to you. Is that our phone?
Yeah, that's your phone.
All right.
What are we talking about?
Good morning, Kelly K.
Good morning. Are we on air?
Yes, we're live on the air.
Good morning. I'm going to sing happy birthday.
Okay, and who are you, please?
This is Coffee.
Oh, hey, how are you? Thank you.
I'm doing good. I'm going to be listening in. Aren't you guys going to be doing some poetry or something like that?
Yes, ma'am. We're about to get started right now.
Okay, I'm going to listen. I'm at work, but I'm going to listen on my headphones.
All right. Thank you so very much, Miss Coffee.
All right, welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. So welcome, everybody, to the show today. Our special guest, I'm going to go around the table, Miss Phoebe Johnson.
Hey, y'all.
Miss Norma Farrell.
Hello.
And Mr. Samuel Harris. And LaGenzi Kill had to step out for a minute. So today we're going to do a little bit of poetry, spoken word, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to go around the table. And sorry, Sam, we're going to be ladies first today. So,
yes, of course.
Miss Phoebe, would you like to get us started?
Absolutely.
All right. Go ahead.
Can you turn my mic up?
The mic sounds nice.
I always wanted to say that, y'all. I'm going to get started with one of my signature pieces. This is a piece that I wrote several years ago. And if you ask Phoebe to do poetry, this is one of the ones that you're going to get. So this is one of my signatures. And it's called Sometimes. Sometimes I cry as hard as the rain in the eye of a storm that washes away the stains of all this pain. And sometimes I bleed, but not the blood that courses through my veins, but of many opportunities that passed me in vain. And sometimes I laugh, but that's only to hide the flow of tears, to camouflage the hurt that has built up for years, that has broken me down and left me for dead, that has planted rogue seeds inside my head, that have grown into thoughts that I don't deserve the best, that have led me into this state of distress. And sometimes I arrive at the edge of that cliff, and sometimes I can see what has led me to this, but in the end, when I'm drenched in the stench of blame and beaten up on myself because they call me insane. But in reality, being sane is far worse than what I became. And in that moment, I fell in love with me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's talk about what inspired. I want to say good morning to a few people that are watching. Mr. Derek Coleman, Alexander Collier, and Chelsea Chapman. Thank you, baby love. Thank you, everybody. All right, so let's talk about what inspired that piece, and what were the emotions that surround that piece.
Well, you meet Phoebe every day, but on the inside there's 10 or 12 other people, right? So I'm always thinking, and I'm always going through these emotions, and sometimes they're simultaneous. And so I just wanted to capture all those emotions in the poem, and which is why it's called Sometimes. Sometimes I feel like this, and sometimes I feel like that, and sometimes I feel like all of it at one time. But I feel like it's stuff that everyone can relate to.
All right. And so let's talk about how did you get into writing, and what has been your motivation along the way, and what inspires your pieces, your various pieces?
I got into writing years and years and years ago because so many thoughts, as I said before, go through my head, and I just wanted to get them out, and putting them on paper was a release. And they're inspired just by most of the stuff that you hear me speak about is how I feel and what I've gone through, and just random thoughts that are going on in my head, and that's where I thrive, right? And so just to be able to share that, and people have been like, oh my gosh, I can totally relate, or oh my gosh, that really touched me, it lets me know that I'm doing something right.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Well, Legansy popped in. Were you ready? You want us to go around?
Give me a moment. Let me look up something. I'm checking the live feed. But we do got some shout-outs, which I'll read. Derek Colbert says, happy birthday to you, young lady. Alexander Collier, a.k.a. Mr. Chu, says, happy birthday, Queen Bee. Chelsea Chapman says, happy birthday to my beautiful friend. I love you. You know how to you have a special place in my heart. Hey, Gansy and Mrs. Norma. So I'm going to go ahead and, speaking of Mrs. Norma, I'm going to skip I'm going to be like Uno. I'm going to skip my turn and go to her while I pull up something to read.
Okay.
Well, I really wasn't expecting to do anything but come and wish you a happy birthday.
All right. Well, since you're here, you've been a long-time volunteer, faithful volunteer,
board member,
and you actually write as well. And so tell us a little bit about what inspires you to write, and what has kept you motivated all these years.
Okay, I have a book out, and we have been doing we were doing a segment on Saturdays of your thoughts on the matter. My book is my thoughts on the matter.
Okay.
And we have it, that wasn't how I started, but that was a part of being here today and volunteering, being with the radio station. But I'll tell you how I started to writing. I've always liked talking. I've been a big talker all my life. Still am. So anyway, my thoughts on the matter, I'll tell you what he says about this book and how I started kind of getting it together. My thoughts on the matter is that opinionated and passionate are not just a couple of the words that describe Norma Hudson Farrell. She holds nothing back as she speaks on the issues that are near and dear to her heart. Firm but fair. She blends She blends critique and passionate as she reflects upon the issues that have affected her life. And that's what I really write about, things that have happened to me in my life. I'm on my second book now, and hopefully it'll be out before this year is up.
That's awesome. And
So,
awesome. And we'll let people know writing, it doesn't have to be, when you say poetry, spoken word, it doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't have to fit a certain format. As long as it's something that you're passionate about and you're getting your words out and you're sharing it with everyone. And hopefully people who read your work are inspired and feel empowered to go want to do something, based on whatever you wrote. I know you write a lot of letters to the editor.
yes, I do.
And so hopefully people are inspired by those pieces, and hopefully you don't stop writing.
I need to stop you just for a moment. Ms. Farrell, who taught you how to use Facebook?
I guess I taught myself.
Because I remember showing you how to do your email, and it took you a while to grasp it. Then next thing I know, you add me on Facebook, and you're doing stories, and you tagging people.
Just
on
because
posts,
of
and
him.
You creating events. I'm like, where this come from?
Well, when you retire, this is what happens to you. You find something else to do that everybody else is doing.
Well, I mean, you just went from 0 to 100. I didn't say
Well, thank you.
I didn't say 100. I said 100.
100.
Like that.
That's the beauty of somebody just striking the inspiration. Because I mean,
put the mic closer to you.
I'm sorry. That's just a way of somebody striking an inspiration for you, because all you did was just showed her how to do something, and then she just took it from there.
Well,
So
I mean, I'm just tickled about it.
And look, I'm practicing still, so if somebody gets something that they're not supposed to get, and I can't get it back, it means it was for me.
Just don't tell her about Snapchat, y'all.
No, I don't need it.
All right, so I got something now. It's actually short. It's actually called Happy Birthday.
Okay.
Your birthday is a special day, filled with many blessings, I pray. You have made it yet another day. You deserve the best of life your way. Your birthday is a time to celebrate memories, reflections of joy and laughter, the story of your history. May your birthday be grand, filled with happiness and gifts, and may your dearest wishes come true as you see fit.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That
Nice.
is awesome. So now let's talk about your story. How did you get into writing, and
Well,
what?
I've always kind of wrote ever since I could remember. I remember my parents getting me an old Commodore 64. That's probably before YouTube's time. Miss Farrell probably know about that.
Yeah.
And and then I also had a typewriter. I'm talking about one of the typewriters where you push the button and the little hammer would actually strike the paper. But I would write. But back when I first started writing, I would write short stories. But the common thread of my writing, especially as I reflect on my life, is writing was always an outlet, especially when I would get down. Now, I sort of put it down after a while. It lay dormant for many years. But what kind of re-sparked it was actually when my mother passed away. And of course, KLEK listeners, they know the story that the call letters are my mom's initials, Lovey Edmund Kale. So after she passed, it just kind of woke up. But that's when I actually started writing poetry. And I guess it's kind of like what Sam said. It just happened. I mean, even though I never really just wrote poems before, but I just started writing. And I actually I've actually written over 850 poems.
Oh, wow.
And I've published 3 books, and they're on Amazon. Of course, we're non-commercial, so I can't give the details. But just look, Cato Wonder on Amazon if you're interested. Mrs. Norma Farrell if you're also interested.
Amen.
But getting back to it, it's just been a way to express myself, whether the good times or the bad times.
All right, awesome. And hopefully we'll hear some more, so go look for some more pieces.
All right.
And so we'll definitely come back around. All right, Mr. Sam, who goes by Rehoboth Art on Facebook. Everybody should know Sam by now.
Especially if you've been to a KLEK event.
Yeah, I think you've been to like 2 of ours so far. You did a live painting once.
Yeah, you've been to
Oh,
you've been to
3? Oh.
June. He's been to Juneteenth. He's been to Kwanzaa.
3, that's right. Yes, I'm sorry. So everybody should know Mr. Sam. I want to read a few comments right quick. Dr. Sharice Jones Branch.
Hold up. Dean Dr. Sharice
yes.
Jones.
Yeah, see that yesterday.
that's the whole thing. Dean.
Congratulations.
Put some respect on her name.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Dean Dr. Sharice Jones Branch, thank you for the birthday wishes. And she said she had a Commodore 64 too.
All right, so that's why I love Dr. Brent. Dean Dr. Brent. See, I gotta get the name right too, y'all.
I gotta start saying it too.
And then Miss Esther Robinson says happy birthdays. A birthday to the one and only Miss Pink Sugar Kisses. Good morning, all. Good morning. Thank you. Alrighty, so Mr. Sam, go ahead. You want to tell your story or start with your piece?
I'll start with the piece.
Okay.
It was a becoming moment of this is how we met. It was a beautiful thing, yet a tragic thing. See, I was between anger and happiness all at the same time, and I didn't know how to stand between the two or stand between the balance of just one. So at some point, something had to be an outlet for me. Something had to be a hope for me, a pillar of light. It had to be a place where I could find a safe haven, where that safe haven could be almost like heaven, where I could get healing and where I could get the deliverance that I needed, and I didn't know where else to go. And at this point in time, I knew God, but I needed something even more tangible, so he provided me you. He provided me lines, wide ruled pages for the ages, and in time we became best friends. We became, I guess you would say, lovers. And at the time that when I met you, there was no structure. But once I spent time with you, I became witty with you. I became an understanding of why you meant so much to me. And once I understood what you meant to me, purpose began. We were destined to know each other. My thoughts, my words, my feelings all upon you. And I just want to say I love you, but I thank God for you, because without you, I would not have a place or a stage to rest my thoughts or to rest my head. And I guess you would say that I can't talk about writing if I don't talk about you. And I guess I want to say that poetry, I appreciate you. You were that pillar of hope for all of my hopes and dreams. You were that pillar of hope for all my thoughts and my feelings, for my anger and my rage. And upon you, I found my process of healing. I found my process of deliverance. But if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't have found each other. How we met.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Go ahead.
Sweet.
Wow. That is amazing. Okay,
good
so
stuff.
we definitely have to get into, when you first started speaking, I thought you were talking about your fiance. But I'm sure it could fit.
Yeah.
However, when you ended to talk about poetry, yeah, I can understand. It's like when you find something.
Can you adjust the camera? She's Phoebe's off frame. There we go.
Well, I was turning. Okay. So go ahead and explain the total thought process and emotions behind that piece.
I kind of grew up I grew up with anger issues.
Okay.
Silently. There were certain things in my life that angered me. Certain things that happened even in family that angered me or whatnot. However, I needed something to place my thoughts. Now, I could have went and played basketball or different things like that, but when I was upset or when I was angry, I would probably just went to the backyard, just threw the ball to the backboard.
Oh my!
I didn't care, because at this point I'm upset, I'm angered by something, and I needed something a little bit more mellow, something a little bit more, I guess you would say, fulfilling.
Okay.
And that fulfilled what I needed at that point in time. It gave me a place of, okay, I can express it here or whatnot. It gave me a sense of my whereabouts. Cause like when you're upset about something, and when you're upset, you're blind.
Okay.
When you're angry, you're blind. You don't know what you're bound to do when you're angry. You just express yourself and just say whatever you want, and that's it. But the reality was, if I said or did anything, I couldn't take it back. So when I wrote this on paper, there was a way for me to deal with my thoughts, express those thoughts, but ring it in a little bit. Because if I caught myself saying something that I know that would have been hurtful, so then I would have to go to the dictionary. So then I found a way to express myself, to build a vocabulary, to build a sense of placement of how I could say things better.
Okay.
And so that's what I discovered in that. I didn't just just say, oh, I want to do this because I want to be this way. No, I discovered that, and those things begin to round me out a little bit more, begin to balance me out. And so whereas now, if I get angry, I'll step away.
Okay.
I'll walk away, and I'll find ways to say certain stuff without coming off as hurting or coming off as bashing or hitting somebody hard. So poetry did a lot for me.
Oh wow.
And you know, it was more than it became more than just writing. It became an art form for me now.
All right, so that's your form of therapy in essence, and that calmed me down.
Well, and just to add to that, you know, a lot of times when you write, you can get those feelings out that, you know, spoken words can't say, or that you may not feel comfortable saying. You know, you can just kind of spill it all out onto a piece of paper, or in my case on the phone, because I tend to type mine out on my phone. But no matter what the medium is, the expression is still the same.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I got another one if y'all want it.
Right. I was gonna read one of mine.
Okay, well, go ahead. This your
birthday. You can speak as you want to.
But I'm ready whenever you are, buddy.
Alrighty. So this is called "School is in Session." So for those of you who don't know, I'm single 2 years now, but I don't know if I'm on the market yet. But anyway,
I sure am.
I'm single. But this is just my message to those guys who think they're ready to step to me. And so, school is in session. I'm sounding the alarm because school is in session. Don't need a one-night stand. I'm seeking a soul connection. I don't know what you heard, but this ain't what you thought. You best step to me correct and forget everything you've been taught. Because I'm a grown woman, I require a certain level of maturity. Don't even step into my ring with even 1 ounce of insecurity. Some may call me a cougar. I say I'm aged to perfection. Age is really just a number. It's all about your perception. So how do you feel about what's been said so far? Are you ready to go farther and gain your gold star? I'm hip to the current game, but I'm still a bit old school. So don't think you can play me, or you'll be the one playing the fool.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to pause right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was looking at the camera.
I like it.
I said, you sure is hitting up against the break. This is Q's birthday. Q's spoken birthday bash. Don't go anywhere. This is Community Conversations.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Have you taught your child how to apologize? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. As your child grows up, they'll develop many relationships, but in those relationships, they're bound to make mistakes. That's why it's so important to teach your child what a true apology looks like. So here are some ways to do so. First, teach them that a lack of intent doesn't excuse them from apologizing. Whether your child's actions were purposeful or accidental, be sure they know to apologize no matter what. Second, teach them that a good apology accepts responsibility. Train your child to say, I was wrong for saying or doing such and such. I apologize. So train them up. And remember, your family first.
Made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Guide Right Jonesboro Kappa League, a non-profit organization that guides young men to a life of achievement. Kappa League Jonesboro on Facebook, Jonesboro_Kappa League on Instagram, and JonesboroKappaLeague@gmail.com.
This is why you work so hard to pay the mortgage. Because home is more than 4 walls and a roof. It's that porch swing on a summer evening. It's everybody over for Sunday dinner. And your family sleeping in their own beds at night. Making Home Affordable is a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov.
Good night, Mama.
This is why. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
What if I could tell you when a wildfire was going to happen? Of course, I can't. But shouldn't you be ready anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
Hello, I'm Officer Jonathan Hagens of the Jonesboro Police Department. One of the best decisions I ever made was to join the Jonesboro Police Department. Since joining, I've had the pleasure to give back, protect, and serve my community. Now I want to let you know about that same opportunity. The Jonesboro Police Department will conduct testing for the patrol officers at the Valley View High School. Applications are available online at jonesboropolice.com. The Jonesboro Police Department offers a competitive salary, health, and retirement benefits, top-of-the-line training, and most importantly, the chance to make a difference in the Jonesboro community. Join me in making Jonesboro a better place. The Jonesboro Police Department is an equal opportunity employer, and women and minorities are especially encouraged to apply. More information, 870-935-5657.
Applications are being accepted. Applications are available at jonesboropolice.com.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday night live service at 7 p.m.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations Q's Spoken Word Birthday Bash with my special guest, Miss Phoebe Johnson,
hey, y'all.
Mr. Leganzi Kale, the station manager, Mrs. Norma Farrell,
hello,
and Mr. Samuel Harris.
How you doing?
All right, so I'm going to finish up. Well, I'm gonna start over since, for those that may have missed the beginning, just start over. All right, my poem is called "School is in Session." I'm sounding the alarm because school is in session. Don't need a one-night stand. I'm seeking a soul connection. I don't know what you heard, but this ain't what you thought. You best step to me correct and forget everything you've been taught. Because I'm a grown woman, I require a certain level of maturity. Don't even step into my ring with 1 ounce of insecurity. Some may call me a cougar. I say I'm aged to perfection. Age is really just a number. It's all about your perception. So how do you feel about what's been said so far? Are you ready to go further and gain your gold star? I'm hip to the current game, but I'm still a bit old school. So don't think you can play me or you'll be the one playing the fool. I may have an old soul, but I'm still young in heart. And I'm not a quitter. I always finish what I start. I hope you're taking notes because class is always in session. You never know when there's a pop quiz or a random life lesson. Okay, let's switch gears. Let me see where your head is at. Can you name at least one scientist? Can you name a poet laureate? Can you state any history facts? Or what are your political points of view? Or are material things on your radar like money, cars, clothes, and shoes? I don't claim to be all-knowing, but I'm a bit of a nerdy girl. I hope you have the keys to gain access into my world. I could go on and on and on telling you all about me, but it would take a lifetime to reveal what the eyes can't see. Are you overwhelmed yet? Do you think you're ready for more? I hope your chakras are aligned and you're prepared for the universal tour. It's a journey into the unknown where time and space does not exist. Kind of like falling into a black hole, yet a more beautiful and enticing abyss. I'm sounding the alarm. School is done for the day. Do you have any questions about what you heard today? Say, all right.
You want a man with some depth.
Well, that was her dating profile, y'all.
Look, y'all, what she said.
On a legal pad.
So, if you want to select, don't you like swipe left? I don't obviously, I'm married. I don't have Tinder, so I don't know which one it is. You swipe left or right to if you want to accept that person. But anyway.
So yeah. All right, that's my, I guess, ode to any guy who thinks they're ready to step to me. You know, I'm fun-loving, lighthearted, but at the same time, I'm intellectual, so you got to come with your A game.
All right.
All right, so how I got into writing, I would say I started about 14. There were some things happening in my life. My mom was sick, family dynamics were shifting, and writing was my escape. I started out kind of lighthearted, jovial, nothing real serious. It wasn't until I got to college and had another life experience that set me on the path of writing more seriously. And so I wrote my first real poem about someone that was a dear friend. I won't go into details because I'm not trying to bash them, but it was an experience that was heartbreaking. And so I took pen and paper and wrote about it. Wow. And here I am some years later. I have 2 books out also on Amazon. Again, if you like more details, you can reach out to me. And I just love writing now. And I'm trying to push myself beyond certain limits, not be so structured and just let my spirit just speak. So yeah, and you can catch some of my poetry on my podcast. So we'll talk about, if you're interested in that, I can tell you more about that too. So, all right, we're going to go back to Miss Phoebe. Do you have something else you would like to share with us?
Yes, I do. Last summer, Future for Felons had a rally, and they asked me to put something together to go along with the event. And, they are committed to giving second chances to those who have served their time in jail or wherever. And so this was specifically for that event, and it's just self-reflection, looking at yourself to answer questions about what's going on around you and how you can make things better by starting with yourself. Okay? It's called Why Is It? So much on my mind, questions without answers. Why is it that crime in our neighborhood spread like cancer? Why is it that so many times precious lives are lost? All the while, we, the community, are the ones paying the cost. The system is rigged, you can't beat the house. Why is it that our voices go unheard no matter how loud we shout? When your back's against the wall and you're forced to stand and fight, when your time is running out and you don't know who's wrong or who's right, why is it that we don't take a minute to stop and understand? Why is my brother in pain and hurting or feeling like less of a man? I see you, sisters. You're out here alone, a single mother of 2. You're doing your best to make ends meet no matter what you have to do. I'm the mother of a black man. I see the struggles he has to face. But why is it that his life is more likely to be taken by someone of his own race? Why is it that instead of loving our brothers, we choose instead to hate? Why can't we just all get along? Why can't we just strive to be great? So many questions on my mind, so much sorrow in my heart. So I challenge each and every one of you today to step up and do your part.
Yeah.
All right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So tell us a little bit more how you dug so deep, and where did some of the inspiration? I know. Did you write it specifically for that event, or was there more?
Well, they wanted me to go with the theme of the event, but of course I had to pull from somewhere, from some kind of experience. That's my writing process. So, as a black woman raising a black man, all these different things that I want to blame on the outside, but ultimately I have to look within to see what I can do better, to see what he can do better, my daughter, what we need to do in order to contribute to the betterment of the world.
Okay.
And that was the main theme throughout the poem. You know, all these things are going on, but when you're done asking all these questions, stop and look in the mirror.
Okay. That's right. We have to all take personal responsibility for things happening in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, Legacy, you found something else you want to share?
I have. So this one is called Dear Black Queen.
Okay.
Dear Black Queen, for so long you've been told your beauty is not good enough, defined by someone else's scroll. Dear Black Queen, far too much you've been overlooked, refusing to reach the chapters contained in your book. Dear Black Queen, too many times your worth unseen, your steadfastness not recognized, people not wishing to know your meaning. Dear Black Queen, too many instances you were put down and maligned, yet you carry the burden all throughout time. So Black Queen, I say to you, none are more beautiful than you, none can nurture like you, none can love like you, none are strong as you, none are as resourceful as you, none can compare to you. Black Queen, I say to you, I love the appearance of your curves and of your skin. So smooth, so flowing like pure art. That which is mocked yet stolen, wear it proudly to the end. Black Queen, I say to you, keep your head up and stay encouraged. Whenever society speaks against you, forever keep pushing forward. Black Queen, I must tell you, we cherish you and we need you. We are incomplete without you, the mother of all that is us. Signed, your Black King.
Okay.
Black King.
Yeah. All right.
That's dope.
So you got to tell us inspiration behind that one.
Well, again, just being in media, I'm always observing just what's going on in stories, and unfortunately, Black women are maligned. There are certain things. Black men, we have our challenges, but Black women have challenges that are unique to themselves. That I will never understand because I'm not one. But it was just something I wrote to encourage. And again, I always go back to one thing. At the end of the day, I came from a strong Black woman. That mom, was shaped my experience, and she did it as a single mother. My father passed away when I was 11 years old, and she took up the mantle and raised me to become the man that I am today. So, I could never down Black women because I came from one. For me to put down the Black woman, I'm spitting in the face of Lovey Kell, and of course, she's one of the old school parents. If I even dare think about doing that, I'd be the one 6 feet under. So it's just basically a poem of encouragement to all the Black women out there.
That's awesome.
Thank you. That's good.
Because I definitely believe it comes in all colors and all sizes. Now, of course, I'm a little bit more partial to the plus size, but But again, but the diaspora, it's beautiful all around me. No matter what. I mean, look at this table right here. We've got three beautiful. Flip the view so we can see you. So we've got three beautiful Black women right here on this live feed.
I could.
Single.
Okay, and Q is letting it know that she is single, y'all. 870-277-1080 if you want to get your holler on. But you better come right. You heard that poem, y'all.
That's right.
That's actually so befitting what he was saying, because at home, like at the house right now, I have a piece that I'm working on that's tailor made just for that particular thing. And I'm not done with it yet, but
that's gonna be good.
And but at the same time, I totally agree with Leganza, because for me, I'm about to marry a Black woman.
Okay.
And
praise God.
Don't get me wrong.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I just can't see myself disrespecting her. Like, I mean, I just can't. Okay. I can't see myself mistreating my mother like that. So it'd be total contradictory for me to empower and then strike you down.
That's right.
And then talk about. So that's I agree with Leganza on that.
All right, awesome. We have a few Facebook comments, and we'll let Mr. Sam come with his piece. Miss Lachey says, nice work, Lakenzie.
Well, thank you, Shay.
She said, I feel this, love it, Phoebe. She talking about your point, Phoebe.
Oh, thank you.
Chelsea said, yes, QO. What she say? What'd she say? Oh, my goodness.
She said, yes, cute, school them.
School them, okay. And then Lachey asked if anyone has any books or poems, like, in the works.
Well, I think Miss Farrell said she has a book she's working on.
Yes, I do.
All right, and Lachey's like, this ain't what you thought, yeah. And snaps, and good morning to DeAngelis Bullard, and everybody else is checking in. Oh, and Lachey and Dean Branch says they both have artworks of Mrs. Sam in their office and home. So I have an art piece. Thank you. Sam did a custom piece for me as well. And
You've
then
been
also
hooking people up.
Yeah. I want to remind everybody about the Evolve event. I was hoping Andrew would pop in, but there is another event tomorrow to see some more.
Well, it's gonna be in
Black
the Union, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, so we'll talk about that at the end. Give a little more details about the Evolve event, but I want to make sure you have time to get your piece in. We got 7 minutes left in this segment.
Okay. To know that I love you is my heart. To know you, to knowing you. That I love you is my way of saying that I have given you my heart and trust you with my matters. I trust you. I know things about to be different for us both here in a little while, but changing something it's not something I would rather do, but I can't change that I love you. And I love the change that is happening in you. I've never been in this position before. I'm at peace, yet it's so uncomfortable. I love you with every part of me. I know it seems interesting that I want you. I could be wrong about this, but just maybe you might be a bit nervous or scared about the relationship. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just only expressing my heart. If you're ever wondering how was it that a man could love you, well, here it is in the flesh. I love you. To know that I had one of the greatest women in the world in my life gave me peace and restoration in my mind that I am a great man. You have helped my confidence. I'm not ashamed to say that I love you. I really want you to know and understand that you have my heart. No one can replace that I love you. But as we both dream and as we both go for our dreams, I dream of the day I could wake up with you on my side and kiss you good morning. With you relaxed in my arms, with a ring on your finger, from the day that you said I do. I wait patiently for that I love you. You soar to your dreams like a confident eagle. See directly into your purpose and know that God is with you. Everywhere you go, stay strong and be courageous. Dream, baby, dream. I love you.
All right.
That's to you.
Looks like somebody's gonna be a lucky lady there.
All right, so definitely give us some details about that piece.
Actually, I wrote this maybe 2 years ago when we dated in the past.
Okay.
So
come back to the mic for me.
So now
come back to the mic for me.
So we did. So I, when I wrote this like 2 years ago when we dated in the past, and now to see where we are right now.
Wow.
It was very befitting. And you said you thought the first piece was about her, but at the same time, in a lot of ways, because she's been such an inspiration for me, she had a lot to do with the first piece as well.
Okay.
Both of them are old, but yet they're relatable, because how I feel in my poetry when I write is the same passion that I feel about her when I love her. So yeah.
That's awesome. God sent you such a wonderful woman. I haven't got to meet her personally, but
she's awesome.
I see the joy, like from the time I've gotten to know you to now. I could just see a different light in you. And it reflects in your work. Not that your work wasn't great before, however, it's just when there's something new in your life, something that sparks and reignites something within you, it shows through all of your work.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And shout out to Desmond Brother. She just actually got her license for her dance company and everything. So like that, I'm very proud of her. So shout out to you.
Amazing.
All right, so we're gonna have some more dances around here. Okay. So is she gonna be working with adults or kids or?
I mean, she's gonna work with all of them. Oh. I mean, it's really gonna be all around. It's neutral, so it ain't just about girls. Guys can do it.
All right.
Little kids, grown ups. I mean, I'm pretty sure she'll have a whole lot. And so, if she explains more to me about what her dream is or what her vision is or whatnot, I'll see where I can help out at or whatnot and what can be done. So I mean, other than that, it's coming soon.
That's amazing. All right, Legacy, in our last 3 minutes, you have anything you want to share? Miss Norma, you want to share?
No, I'm just
Q, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Farrell.
Go.
Well, I haven't had a chance to look up another
Well,
poem.
no, that's a piece. Just some more thoughts.
Well, I just want to celebrate you because this is your birthday, and again, for those of you that may not know, the story of how I met Quibila, or as Bill Campbell likes to say, Quibila.
Yeah.
But it was at the NJNI when we first were getting ready to launch the station. Back, actually, this is going back in 2014 before we even launched. It was myself, Brian Anderson, Brandon Tabor, and Allie Hooks, the original Fab Four. We were going around town, just talking to anyone and everyone. That's how we met Miss Farrell as well. But everybody kept saying, you need to go see Miss Agnew and you need to go to the NJNI. So we went to the NJNI. We met just a diverse number of people. But I remember I would look and say, who's this woman over here with these long nails? Just smiling, just all dolled up, you know. But, you know, you just one of those people that, you know, you can't help but to notice because, you know, there's an aura that you give off. And then, you know,
she's pretty.
And then, you know, just inviting you to participate in our first poetry event. And I remember you had this fiery pink hair, and you were so nervous.
Shout out to Moselle.
and you were just so nervous, and me just trying to encourage you to push forward. And you did that, and you were able to gain more confidence. And then I asked you to start volunteering for the station, starting out with working with the music and the behind the scenes, and then, you know, telling you about the idea of wanting to start community conversations, and you asking you to host it. And I have just really been so proud just to see how you've blossomed with the show. You've truly taken the show and made it your own. You know, a common thread that I always get is that you always make the guests feel at home, and you're very in depth, you're knowledgeable, you ask good questions. You know, I don't have to babysit you, I don't have to worry about you. Half the time I don't even look on the calendar to see who you got booked on here.
She's
you know, because I trust you enough. You know what we can and what we can't do being a non-commercial station. And now to see you branch out to do your podcast and just really embrace it. You know, the bit of advice I was always given during my media journey was, you know, when you're given the opportunity, it's up to you what you do with it. And all I did was I gave you an opportunity, and you took it and ran with it. And I'm just so proud of you. You are a gem to the community. You are a pillar of the community. You are an asset to this community, and you are just one of the angels that God has sent, you know, to help on this KLEK journey. And I just thank God for you. I thank God for all of your sacrifice. Just putting up with me and my rants that's a sacrifice in itself. So again, I just want to celebrate you, and I just want to thank you on behalf of myself, all of the volunteers, the board of directors, all of our listeners, all of our supporters. Just thank you, because this thing called KLEK, we could not do it without you. And I think I've taken up all of the rest of the segment, so we're going to get ready to go into our second break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up Q's birthday bash. Give us a call, 870-277-1080. Show my girl Q some love. Leave those questions and your comments on our live feed.
Go Q.
Back with more. This is KLEK on 2.5 FM.
I got it.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Having a plan for unexpected income is as important as anticipating unexpected expenses. Just remember, debt first, saving second, and spending last. First, put at least 50% of your windfall toward paying down debt, starting with high-interest credit cards. Second, put at least 10% into your long-term emergency savings fund, to be touched only in case of loss or interruption of income. If your debt is under control, meaning you're making all payments on time and using less than 30% of your available credit, then put as much as 20% toward your savings. If your savings fund is fully invested, meaning you have at least 9 months of your annual income saved, Put some or all of this 20% towards your retirement savings. As for the rest, have fun with it and spend it any way you want to. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
I am a veteran. I spent 2 years alone and homeless.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory was finding the support to get back on my feet.
DAV helps veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I'm a veteran. When I got out, I felt like nowhere was safe.
So veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory was finding the help I needed. Thanks to DAV, now I feel like I'm human again.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Major key alert! Don't ever play yourself. You want to get that paper and secure the bag? You better turn in that paper and get an A+.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com.
The key is to make it, so make it.
Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
KLEK is a nonprofit community radio station and has to rely on the support of listeners like you to continue to give a voice to the community. For the cost of a meal for two, just $20 a month would go a long way to ensure you will get the music and information you need. Please take a moment and fund your support to KLEK. Every donation will help us continue this radio station, giving local people a voice on the airwaves. Our goal is to get 100 new donors. Please consider donating. No donation is too small. Learn more at klekfm.org. This portion of KLEK programming can be made possible by your business. Your support will help in educating, entertaining, and empowering the community by supporting local talent, serving the community you love, and providing information on issues you care about from a different perspective. Call 870-203-9951 or visit klekfm.org to learn how we can help connect you more with the community.
Support for KLEK is brought to you by...
I remember picking cotton when I was young. My mother would pack my lunch, sometimes potted meat sandwiches, sometimes Vienna sausage, and sometimes fried bologna sandwiches. Good memories. Later, I got a job at a supermarket stacking soda bottles for 5 cents a case. One day, the manager walked out back. It was very cold. He wanted to know if I'd like a job up front stacking groceries. I thought I hit the big time. Glenn Sane, and God bless our troops.
KLEK 102.5 FM salutes small businesses. Small businesses promote local character and success, keeping money in the local economy, local jobs, entrepreneurship, community well-being, and so much more. Contact us today to learn more on how your small business could be featured on KLEK for as little as $25 per month.
Shout out to Royal Priesthood International Ministries, 5193 Highway 1 South, Jonesboro, under the leadership of Bishop Raymond Williams, Prophetess Teresa Lee Williams, and Pastor Joel Thompson. Bible study Sundays, 9:30 a.m., worship 11 o'clock a.m. They also offer a prison ministry.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to the last segment of Community Conversations. Well, Q Spoken Word Birthday Bash. Hey, thank you to every single person that's checked in. Thank you for all of your wonderful feedback. I can't thank my guests enough for their wonderful pieces, and thank you, Miss Norma, for popping in. I know she was.
Well, I wanted to surprise you.
Well, I appreciate it. Just thank you to every single person, and I promise I'll get to your messages sometime today. And I want to say, she gave a shout out to every single person that's checked in that called the studio. Alex, keep calling him Alex. What is the boy name? DJ Chu, Mr. Chu. He says, Sam, I told y'all we'll get married. Congratulations, and great spoken word. All right, so real quick, I want to mention the Evolve event that's happening tomorrow. It says, come out and celebrate the evolution of Black culture with this amazing show, Evolve. Experience this fusion of art, fashion, music, and culture as we journey through time. We have local artists displaying some stunning work. The fashion segment of the show will feature authentic period pieces from several decades. We will also we're also showcasing some of the area's most extraordinary talent. Go ahead, Sam.
But I'll speak from this direction. The year that I was a part of it was really amazing. That at that point in time they had a fashion show, so I can't really imagine this one don't be any greater than what it was the year that I was a part of it. So it's really gonna be a really good showing. Just make sure y'all come out February 29th, 2020. Doors will open up at 6:30 at the Multicultural Center, and IG Studios presents Evolve. Experience the evolution of Black art, fashion, and culture.
And it's free. It says it's a free event.
Will there be food?
Oh no.
I'm not sure. I have no idea what that is.
Because I be hungry. If I go to it, I want to eat food.
You might have to stop and get you something on the way. Get your snack on the way.
Subway or something.
Give me a burger.
Oh my goodness. But Andrew puts a lot of hard work into this. Shout out to him. He's a local photographer and he's done some work for us. And so Andrew and the volunteers, everyone who participates in this program, so I can imagine. I heard last year was off the chain, so I'm sure this year's going to be just as banging. So go out and support this event. Again, culture, art, fashion, music, and culture, you know, as we round out Black History Month. Go celebrate with your tribe.
Good stuff.
And of course, tomorrow is the Living Legends Breakfast.
Oh, is it also tomorrow? Already?
Today is Friday, right? Tomorrow's Living Legends Breakfast.
Okay, we have to give a shout out, round of applause to Leganza Kell, who will be recognized.
Where is it gonna be?
It's gonna be at the Spring River Room on the A-State campus, right next to Centennial Hall.
That's dope.
All right, so.
But again, I could not have been named a living legend without people like Wabila, because you know you're only as good as your team.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Awesome.
That's dope.
Mr. Shea says, your selfless acts of kindness do not go unnoticed. Love you. Thank you. And I do want to say this real quick. I know we're about to go. Leganza think that I've been an asset to him, but the station has been a huge blessing to me. I was coming off of the separation and divorce, now divorce, and dealing with lymphedema. I was just in a dark place in my life, and the radio station literally pulled me up out of that dark place. So, yeah, and I'll tell that story another day. So again, thank you to everybody for all the birthday wishes. 40 plus ish.
You're a cougar. You're like me.
I know that's right.
And me.
So I will be accepting.
Black don't crack. Y'all don't look it.
Right.
Thank you.
I've been drinking water, taking vitamins. No.
And mind your business.
I will be accepting all things yellow roses or pink.
Give your cash out.
Pink and sparkly things. And okay, if anybody want to be generous, yeah. Let's see. Okay, come on. Cash App is $ Pink Queen Q. You already know Pink Queen. Pink Queen Q. So thank you to my guest. 50 seconds. Final words, Phoebe.
Thank you for having me. Happy birthday. You're beautiful as always.
Thank you so very much.
We love you, Q.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Come on, y'all.
Happy birthday
to y'all. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, we could go out like Luke.
All right.
Go, Q. It's your birthday. Go, Q.
It's
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
We're going to retain some
Oh, no, 50 cents.
decorum on today.
Go. It's your birthday.
It's your
Come
birthday.
party like it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, have a great day, y'all.
Listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.